Hello, and welcome back to In Other Waters. I think we have a bit of an unfortunate event awaiting us. I had like, what, one or two more things to find inside the bloom, but then it's time to go deep. Very deep. Right? What else did I have? You don't have any more logs or anything, no? Recent files. I don't know what recent files means. Yeah, so we have this thing, which I didn't quite understand, like, how to get to. If we just go in, or if it's like... That might just be... Yeah, below this point. That might just be something that's, like, later on, right? I don't remember what I said last time, if I was just gonna ignore this, because I guess I should. I guess we should just ignore this until we get whatever can, like, go through, cut through walls. We're gonna get some kind of upgrade that does that, apparently, or, like, it seems. And then I guess it's just that thing where you dive down and it's, like, barricaded, and then over here would be the same. So I guess we just go to the drop-off. Oh boy! This seems kind of spooky. Oh, are you back with me? We are 20 seconds from the ocean floor. Yes. Good. I was getting lonely in here. We are descending fast. The drop is huge. 1.5 kilometers down. Let's stay focused. We have no data on this zone of the ocean. Can you even spell it like that? I don't think so. The light of Gleese's 3 stars barely makes it this deep. I've got my headlamps on. Oh. Will have to be my eyes. Did I just skip something again? I want to work my way along the slope to the northeast. We are looking for any trace of Mina, or the ROVs she sent down here. Let's get to it. Oh boy. Okay, so how did I play this game again? Space to scan, W to go, Control to scan off. So Control... Oh no, we have to click it, yeah. The dusk slopes. Beyond the reach of the suit's lamps of the slopes... Oh god. Beyond the reach of the suit's lamps, the slopes descend slowly into the dark. God, that's an annoying sibilant sentence. Towards the abyssal plane. I guess this might just be like a story segment where it's not anything, you don't have any freedom, it's just like, just go. Still waters. The heavy currents of the upper ocean don't reach down here, leaving the water still and silent. Sediment suspended in the column. Bet there's gonna be some creature. Oh, we see something up there. Pale glow. A bioluminescent glow drifts through the silt. A faint but noticeable chemical blue. Tangled veil. These silken creatures are almost transparent, apart from those lights. What are they? These drifting veils of material appear to be creatures of some kind. They are pulsing faintly with pinpricks of light. Trailing veil. This veil stretches away from the tangle of the group, reaching towards new territories. Oh boy. In the headlamps of the suit, I can occasionally see a vein-like texture to the surface of these veils. What substances sustain them? The veils are gathered in groups, which I'm calling tangles. They seem to be intentional formations, but for what purpose? Field of veils. Diaphanous? I don't know what that means. Veils twitch, suspended in the water. They are seeded with pinpricks of bioluminescence, like distorted star fields. Veil edge. Though their soft shifting forms can be hard to see, this seems to mark the edge of one of the veils. I guess we go here first? The lights the veils produce come directly from beneath their skin. They shift from transparent to light-emitting in undulating waves. Oh, wait, no, stop. Between these two veils, some clear water is visible, a temporary corridor between two hanging sheets. Oh, that like cut my power? I got zapped? So we want to avoid that? I see. Between veils, a gap between the veils. Is it that these are two competing individuals, or is this just a temporary separation of a single group? Though tangled and without any clear sensory organs, these creatures seem to have a strong control over their position in the water. Surrounded on all sides by drifting sheets of bioluminescence, the space is a fluid, shifting interior. Digesting veil. At closer inspection, these veils are jeweled with the half-digested remains of other life, passing conveyor-like from one veil to the next. Here the tangle is receding, a few of its trailing veils hanging still in the dark water like the poised limbs of a dancer. You should have been a poet instead of a space marine biologist. Do we go in here? Even though it takes some power? Light patterns. This veil is blinking the same sequence of lights over and over. Perhaps this is a way of attracting curious prey into their grip. Can we abort, though? No, we cannot. So maybe we should wait for now and just, like, preserve my power. I do have a little bit of stuff, but this is mostly oxygen, right? We have a little bit of power in a pinch, but yeah, probably good to wait with that, I feel. Why didn't Mina tell anyone about this place? The life here is the biggest discovery in human history. Do you think she's trying to protect it? No, there's probably something else, right? It's true that she told me. Perhaps there are other secrets she's trying to hide. Oh, it's true that she told me, I see. She always had her secrets, but this feels bigger than that. Studded along the veils are the remains of creatures that have been confused by the lights and caught by these transparent hunters. So we should have like one more, and I guess that's over here, but I guess let's hold off for now. Away from the veils, the water returns to its inky darkness, resisting the strong beams of the suit's lamps. Silt bank. Silt is gathered around the base of two large outcrops, forming a natural respite from the steady downward pitch of the slopes. Layered outcrop. Dark basalt layers, how do you pronounce that again? Rise up out of the slope like fractured towers, each jagged layer carrying drifts of silver silt. I kind of want to go back. Yeah, I think let's just go back and let's try and power through here. At least we have oxygen here, so I can, like, use this, I guess, but I don't know if it matters. It didn't take that much, I don't think. We do get some power back from these, so maybe it's, like, worth it. Digested remains. An unknown creature caught by a veil and partially digested. Yeah, here we go. I'm naming these strange creatures snare veils. They are such beautiful traps. Great. Oh, yeah, I see. Wide, delicate silken panels of bioluminescent cells. They work in unison to entrap and digest creatures which come too close. Wouldn't it be like creatures that come too close, or creatures who? I don't know. I guess which works. The veil delivered some kind of stunning electrical shock to the suit. Is that how they disable their prey? We should be careful of contact with this species. Yeah. So let's get out of here again, but wasn't there something out here as well? Or was that it? I guess that was it. Okay. Basalt Tower. These dark towers of angular stones are the telltale signs of volcanic processes active under the planet's surface. ROV debris? What must be one of Mina's improvised remote vehicles lies twisted in the silt. Could it have been disabled by the veils? Who are you? This debris. It's one of Mina's ROVs. Wait, to my left, is that... human? It's her. Oh no. That's not good. Static body. Is that... oh god. She's here. She's alive, is she? We are reading life signs and she is breathing. That can't be right. How long has she been here, lying in the silt? We have to bring her back to the base, but I don't... Okay, focus Ellery, what do? We can use the ROV to boost our signal to the base, send for the drone, then we can start the ascent. Get me back to the ROV debris and hook us up to the terminal. I did not expect her to be alive after this. I thought she was alive like the entire time up until this, but now I was like, oh, that's probably not good. Data released to pilot's console. Okay, we're synced. Call the drone now. We need to get her out of here. Yeah, it looks like I'm done here in the abyss as well. You've got a lot to answer, Mina. You're back. I need to talk. I'm on the medical level. She's totally unresponsive. I don't know what to do. I don't even understand how she's still alive. I keep going back to the image of her, blue silent staring out of the silt. A thin stream of bubbles flickering from her mouth. How long had she been there? The pressure alone should have crushed her at that depth. This doesn't make sense. But she is alive. I need to talk to her, but nothing. I want to understand. I want to know what is going on here. I haven't seen her in years, not since she left, and now here she is. Do you ever imagine all the things you're going to say to a person when you see them again? No, I don't. I'm an AI. Sure. I want to scream at her, to whisper to her, to tell her I came for her. I don't know why I did, but I did. I think it's because I had to hope for something to change, for there to be an explanation. For those months we spent together to mean something again. Sorry, I'm not making any sense. I think you're being very clear about what you're talking about. This makes twice. 2 times she's turned my life upside down. Gee, I wonder what she could be referring to. I guess they're good friends somehow. Strange. At least this time I knew what I was signing... well, fuck, should have read that. The further I am from that dying planet, the better. What comes next? We keep going. She was looking for something out here, something important enough to leave her like this. It's our turn to take that forward, to find that explanation. I think she built that lab in the Bloom to study those mineral skeletons. Artificers, she called them. But something was leading her deeper, beyond the drop-off. Let's start with those ROVs she sent out. Maybe they found something we didn't. I'll mark their last known positions on the dive map, and I'll be here until you're ready to go. Do I keep these? Maybe just like one? Do we have anything that's like really good for power? 30% spark colony is pretty good, yeah. This is kind of a good like general use thing. Those are good too. Stock root. Oh. Striped egg? But I'm not sure how many of those we can get. I would rather have something that's like easy to get more of. Stock segment is okay. 20%. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I guess one of these. And then we store these. So we have like a little bit of refill for both oxygen and power, just in case. She's still alive. I never thought I would see her again, not after she sliced the core from the base on Kepler 62F and took the shuttle to God knows where. I spent weeks slowly freezing in that base, waiting for that Baikal team to come get me. Baikal? I don't know how to pronounce that. Baikal? After that, it all fell apart. Slice the core from the base. There was never any life on Kepler 62F. Me and I had faked the whole thing. She wanted the data core she knew Baikal would provide when she gave them evidence of first contact. Baikal blamed me, and my work as a consulting biologist collapsed. I limped back to Earth to take a post-grad position on that dying planet. There's little need for marine biologists in a place where the only oceanic life is kept in tourist-choked reserves. That's where I stayed, watching the endless exodus of humans with enough money to leave, looking out across the dead ocean at the pinpricks of their shuttle's rocket flares. Until Mina called me here. I should blame her for everything, but I just want to know why. Perhaps now, if she ever wakes up, I can ask her. Oh yeah, I didn't analyze this. And that's everything here. Yeah, we still need more stuff for these, so I guess we're going back into Bloom at some point. And we still don't have theories about the Veil? I guess that's a new thing we have to find, so let's just, like, hold off on that, I guess. Yeah, no point reading until we have all of that completed. Uh-huh. Another one of Mina's improvised ROVs stopped transmitting somewhere here after sending back some strange geological readings. Yeah, so I guess we just go onward. The data sent back by Mina's ROVs shows one logged its last known position out here before going dark. I guess we'll go here first. You want to talk? No? Debris trail. Glinting debris from the disabled ROV traces back into the sand. Volcanic outcrop. Unmistakably... Hold on.
Basalt.
Basalt. Yeah. Okay. It's not like basalt or... basalt. I mean, I guess basalt works, probably. Formed in some volcanic trench eons ago, this outcrop is outlined by the faint light of Gliese suns. I don't know if it's like Gliese or something. Eastern plain. East of the ridge, a small rise opens into a flat plain of dimpled silt. Declining slope. The pale floor descends rapidly away from the ridge in this direction toward a field of shadowy outcrops. Sounds great. Kind of sounds like maybe if we try and go here, we won't be able to. And this is like where you're supposed to go first. But I feel like it's just natural to go this way anyway. It's also like a smaller section than the one up here. A featureless expanse, lit flatly by the suit's lamps. Bubbling sands. An occasional silver bubble breaks the surface of the flat silt, carrying a cloudy trail of sediment behind it. Sediment trails. Repeated trails of unknown creatures mark the sand, wandering back and forth across the rippled surface. But it doesn't, like, automatically scan, right? No, it's like, if you scan while you're traveling, it'll automatically scan when you're done moving, I guess? Cold water seeps. Bubbles of methane trickle out from beneath the silt, creating silvery columns wreathed in sand. So if I do it, like, right away, see nothing, and then it automatically happens. Yeah, so just, like, make sure you scan at some point while you're traveling. Pockmarks. Ahead, the seeps have created small craters in the seabed, where brine is gathering in clouded pools. Oh. Brine pools. A shimmering landscape of ghostly pools stretches out in the lamps, the dense brine sitting in the craters like undersea ponds. Brine pools. The methane seeps here must be forming them. Oh, music. The pools themselves will be toxic and also anoxic. Let's navigate carefully. Anoxic, like taking up oxygen. They're beautiful, fog-skinned. Hold on. Oh god, I gotta like cough. Had some tea. Fog-skinned puddles sunk into the seabed, but they are dangerous. So if I go across here, we'll see that, like, it's going to take some oxygen. The seeps imprint the geological patterns of the underlying rock into the silt, forming both deep pools and untouched rises. Yeah, just to show you that, like, don't go in them if you can avoid it. Creature tracks. Patterns of dents in the sand show the paths of the feathery creatures that cross from pillar to pillar in slow and purposeful loops. What? They're all the way down here? Pool network. A complex pattern of pools fills the seabed, shimmering with toxic chemistry. Let's go down and right first. Crab-like creature. These crawling creatures seem to keep to themselves. Let's keep track of where we find them. This crab-like creature is moving slowly across the seafloor, with a large translucent crest protruding from its back. Bristling fronds. These swaying fronds, are they a colony or a single creature? I'll start recording my observations. These feathery fronds are growing along the edge of the brine, waving their matted, leaf-like limbs through the water. Each of the many limbs of these branching creatures is carefully dipped into the brine pools, one by one, before pulling back. Occasionally, this creature will sweep its limbs back into the hairy mass of its body before thrusting them out again. What is it doing? Eating? I don't know. Frond pools. The waving shapes of complex fronds caress the surface of the pools, sweeping the brine into wispy shapes. Glistening bubble. A mucus bubble sits on the silt, shed from the back of the bubble-skinned creatures, which are trekking the perimeter of the pools. You spell trekking with 2 Ks? I guess it makes sense, like trek is just T-R-E-K. Frond patterns. While some pools transition into bare sands, others are choked with fronds. You know, like, I think that's correct. Maybe you can say CK as well. Oh, that's a lot of oxygen. Mucus bubble, a multi-chambered mucus bubble found on the ocean floor. On closer inspection, the large translucent crest appears to be a gas-filled organ, or bubble of some kind, rising from a slit in the shell. The thick hairs of each frond seem to be mottled with a reddish substance. Does it grow there, amongst the hairs? Anything else down here? No. Methane seep. Among the pools, a pillar of shining bubbles rises up toward the surface. When a limb is removed from the brine, the red substance matted into the hair seems to glow brighter, shifting in color. It seems that the substance caked into these creatures' hair is reacting to the brine somehow. Perhaps it is helping them feed. Microbial mats. Bright orange carpets of microbial growth gathered beneath the waving fronds stretch away from the pool. We could sample them here. From this slight elevation, the gleaming surface of a huge brine lake can be seen out to the east. This, I guess? Frond colonies. The dipping motion of the fronds as they filter the brine creates a hypnotic sense of motion along the edge of the lake. Brine mat. An orange bacterial mat sampled from beside a brine pool. Let's just go here first. We can sneak by there. Crab-like creature. These wandering creatures noisy chew away at the rock and silt of the ocean floor. Noisily, don't you mean? Filtering it for nutrients, perhaps. Let's go here first. Silt bank, a bank which skirts along the edge of a large shadowed pool. Glistening bubble, a bubble shed from the back of a creature. It's the same thing, right? Sits at the edge of the lake, brine curling around its base. I guess that's different text, but should be the same thing here, right? We can, like, go around as well? Poisoned remains. Along the edge of the larger pools, the shells and skeletons of creatures loom out of the silt, victims of the toxic brine. Just want to see if I can, like, go in here. Lake Causeway. This rise projects out towards the... Oh! Fast creature. I don't like fast creatures. These creatures are so fast. Their dark coloring makes them hard to see, but let's keep track of them. Very nice that you can press space to scan quickly, or I wouldn't have gotten that. These rapid-swimming, lobster-like creatures have dark shells with very large translucent tails. How do they move so fast? This rise projects out. Yeah, cutting. Yeah, okay. Let's just see if I can go down here. Maybe, maybe not. Crater strip. Unlike the shallow seep marks in the south, these deep craters plunge through the silt into the bedrock. Pool network. Brine pools mark the plain on all sides, densely packed around the vast lake. We can swing down here, maybe. Microbial mats. Among the ornate fronds, I can see the neon orange of microbial carpets, spreading out from the pool in complex growth patterns. Brine eaters. I'll log these creatures as brine eaters. You can take a look at my observations back at base. Different individuals of this species seem to have varying sizes of bubbles on their backs. Are they carrying oxygen in there? This hole cuts deep into the bedrock of the plain. Could this be caused by a seep? It looks more like an impact crater. brine shore. Here the complex of pools melts into the lake, which shines with a toxic intensity. Can anything live out there? So, this entire thing is a giant brine lake, I guess? So let's go here first and take a sample, I guess. Pools like fogged cauldrons model the seafloor. Bacterial mats bring bright smears of color to the scene. The curve of the lakeshore extends out of sight, and the other side of this vast depression is too far out into the dark to be seen. This should be fine. The edge of the lake is stained with brightly colored bacterial mats which recede beneath the cloudy, toxic mass of the brine itself. Ow. That's fine. This brine lake is vast. I can't see the other side. Or see the other side. What might be hiding within its toxic fog? Do you think life might survive out there? Sure. We've seen weirder things. It's true that this planet has shifted my ideas about what is survivable. Perhaps there is something out there, waiting to be discovered. Oh, hello. Glowing shape. Oh, it's the old guy. Oh, that's so hard to see. That's kind of a dick move. A faint pulsing glow, like lightning in a storm, can be seen beneath the cloudy brine. Oh no. Something out in the dark is sending slow waves to this burning beach. What could live out there? Oh boy. Mucus bubble. So I guess I'll just use this here. Should I use another one too? Sure. And then I guess let's see if we can get this quickly. Brine shell. A glowing shell found among the brine, stained with chemicals. Yeah, okay. We got it, at least. Do I go down? I guess I do. Oh god, we can just go out there? Oh no. I feel like that's a bad idea, isn't it? The water is a blinding milky white flow in the headlamps. Toxic waters. I swear I can hear the brine eating away at the suit. Eating away at my voice. Hi! Stilt-legged stone. This tall, crab-like creature towers above the brine pool. An unusual assortment of rocks, shells, and bones adorns its back. How can these creatures survive out here among the brine? I'll start keeping notes on their behavior. I'm seeing this creature take dead remains from the brine pool and decorate itself with them. Trophies of shell and bone. Blue smears glow faintly on the remains piled on the strider's back. Are these bioluminescent creatures or chemical phenomena? I think I have to go back now. Don't kill me, dude. Let's use this. Oh, that's scary. I don't know if we can get some, like, upgrade to go in there. Again, I really hate this aspect of the game, that it's, like, punishing me for reading things out loud. I should just say, I'll just be quiet and just, like, read it to myself as we go here, just so we can, like, go really quickly. But it's boring having to do that. The haze lifting from the lake and all the pools all around make visibility very poor. Vague shapes flit in and out of columns of bubbles. Guess I'm just gonna leave that for now. This lake is bigger than any seep I've seen on Earth. The volume of methane trapped in the bedrock must be impossibly vast. A thin strip of sand pushes out into the lake, surrounded by toxic pools. The small bank of silt is slowly slipping away beneath the cloudy surface of the brine pools. Pale rice, sand peninsula, silt strip. Between the wall of the ridge and the corroded shelf is a wide strip of pale and silvery silt. Hemmed in by toxic pools, the small rise looks out across a landscape of deep craters and unrelenting darkness. Almost sounds like that Half-Life 2 theme a little bit. What is that one called again? Like triage, something. I forget. Guess I'll go here. Oh man. Really feels like we have to get some upgrade, right? I mean, maybe not. We can definitely stay there for a while, and if we have stuff to work with, but like, I don't really want to do that now, I don't think. Complex pools. The edges of the lake are like a miniature landscape of craters and depressions. A stained slab of basalt juts out of the brine pools, providing a tiny safe zone from the toxic liquid. Does it? I don't feel like that's a safe zone. It looks yellow to me. Glistening bubble, mucus bubble shed from the back of a creature sits on top of a small pile of silt as if it were an egg. And we are safe here, okay. Yeah, we wanted to find the thing up north anyway. God, voice already dying. So might as well. Yeah, I guess we get these eggs here that we could use for oxygen. So maybe we don't get an upgrade in that case. Crater pattern. A radial pattern of depressions in the rock suggests debris expanding outward from an impact point. Sandy rice. The small plain is strangely clear of creature tracks. They must not cross into this northern zone. Why? What do they know that we don't? These aren't seep pools. Something impacted the seafloor here. Meteors? But how would they get so deep? Or could some creature have left these? The Striders? Or like, was I supposed to see that earlier? I thought it was like one of the robots. Pool network. The pools seem to cover a huge part of the seabed, radiating out from the lake in ornate patterns. Disabled ROV. The ROV must have been attracted by some signal among the pools, but it became another victim of the corrosive brine. This is what we came here for. One of Mina's ROVs. It looks like this one was disabled by the brine. The supplies Mina equipped it with are still intact though. We can resupply. Open the terminal and see what this little guy found down here. I don't know if that's a one-time use? No? Seems like we can do that whenever. Okay, good. Oh wow, you found something big, didn't you, little guy? Me? It looks like... Oh no, this little guy. I thought she was talking to me. You found something big, little guy! Is that a wreck? Incredible. The debris field stretches all the way northwest from here. It must have been large. A freighter or a research vessel. We have to go see this thing. Come on, we can head back to base after. Okay, northwest, huh? What about northeast? Whatever caused the string of impact craters, parts of it lie all around, huge jointed forms of corroded metal. Here's the edge of the debris trail. Something sank here, and by the spread of debris, exploded. It has been here for years, decades. The metal is corroded to little more than a frame. That means Mina wasn't the first person to come here. Something big happened here, something no one was meant to find. This huge piece of debris has been distorted and twisted by the brine, leaving it totally unrecognizable. Didn't we say that it was northwest, not northeast? I thought. Did I read that wrong? Bulbous rust-red lumps are scattered across the pale sand like seeds thrown to the wind. The spars of the frame stick out of the sand like fractured ribs, closing the gaps between them. Hi, guy. Brine Strider. And I'll call these mournful creatures brine striders. They are walking lanterns calling out in the dark. Yep, she is definitely a poet. A stilt-legged, crab-like creature that clears the brine pools of dead remains, providing a habitat for glowing life on its wide shell. Can I just ride one of those across the lake? Fractured plates. The broad, flat plates of the wreck sit at right angles to each other, forming a complex of angular walls. A curved strip forms a narrow walkway between the pools beside the wreck. Hull entry. So this entire thing is like the frame. A split in what must have once been the vessel's hull allows passage into the overgrown interior. I guess we'll just go in there right away. I don't like that. Ovoid creature. These pale, pulsing creatures seem so passive. I'm going to start taking notes on them. These ovoid creatures sit pulsing on the edge of the deep oases. They are glassy and soft, like partially boiled shell-less eggs. Melted corridor. The brine has left everything but the vaguest shape of the vessel impossible to define. We are entering the main body of the wreck now. It's little more than a husk. It is impossible to tell anything from these rusted plates. Whose ship was this? The local ecosystem seems to have been scraping away at this thing for decades. Nothing much left for us. Are you not gonna, like, egg us in the face? Nope, they're passive. When close to these creatures, you can feel the pull of their strong filtering action as they absorb water and push it through their bodies. Sealed locker. Half buried in the sand, the industrial seals on the equipment locker must have held. It must have been protected from the crash within this bay. Look, a still sealed dive suit locker. Let's see if we can get it open. Okay, I think I can lever. Yes, it's open! But there's not a lot here. Wait, this cutting torch looks clean enough. With a little work, this could be salvaged. Is this Baikal tech? Hard to tell. Looks compatible with his suit though. Very convenient. I'll stow it and see what I can do with it when we get back to base. Yeah, so that's what we needed. Somehow an underwater torch, I guess. I mean, not that's impossible. Especially not since it's sci-fi. Breached plates. The plates of the wreck buckle and bend outward here, bent away by some huge interior force. Impact craters. The craters clustered around the vessel suggest an explosive force of some considerable magnitude. These creatures seem to produce small branching buds, in the same way that a hydra grows a clone of itself in order to reproduce. Did I just see something here? At this creature's interior sits a sphere, surrounded by a reflective membrane, bathed in light from the transparent sections of its body, in his body. Most of the wreck must have already been lost to the brine, only this section remains, precariously settled on a silt bank. Each one of these shelled creatures seem to have its own territorial loop, an area of seafloor it systematically searches through. Hi, guy. Could this set of seeps have been created by the wreck's impact? Perhaps it breached the bedrock protecting the methane below. Wreck garden. Whatever its origin, the wreck here has become a sanctuary for the ocean's life. There's a beauty to its reclamation. Discarded shell. A crested shell sits on the edge of the brine pool. Its former inhabitants nowhere to be seen. We could sample it here. Crested shell. A shell striped with crests found among the brine pools. None of this adds up. If there's a wreck here, then there were people. And if there were people, well, why doesn't everyone know about this place and about its incredible life? We've spent centuries looking for life outside of Earth and found nothing. I've seen so many dead planets, so many barren worlds, I've certified each of them clear of life. Just so an exoplanet extraction core can pick them clean for maximum profit. Or corp? Strip mine them for the resources our ever-expanding species needs. This place is impossible. 1 in millions, more than that probably, and yet it is already marked by our greedy fingerprints. Who brought the ship here? This has to be the history Mina wanted to uncover. Let's head back to base. There's more to find, I'm sure of it. Can we just do that whenever? Yeah, apparently. Oh, I didn't read this. Wreck edge. North of here, the debris field fades away as the ocean floor slopes towards the abyssal plain. Yeah, nothing else. But there's tons of stuff, like, down below. I don't know if I should try and explore that now, or if we should wait with it. Let's at least go, like, wasn't there a different place I didn't go? Here on the right? Yeah, here. Wreck Oasis. A warm glow lights the cracked and corroded skin of the twisted plates in sharp relief. New creatures. Pale petals. What are these petal-shaped creatures? They only grow around the glowing fans. Let's start logging data. I don't know how you pronounce this. Trefoil? Petals? Like 3 of them, which gather around the glowing fans of the deep. They angle themselves toward the light, like expectant children. Lung crest. I'd like to call these lung crests. Those bubbles they carry on their backs are so cumbersome. A shelled crab-like creature which scavenges the ocean floor in search of nutrients. Carries a mucus-lined bubble on its back. Like the fans found in the bloom, these creatures are fan-shaped filter feeders. These fans seem to play a central role in the ecosystem here. I'm going to start recording data. Oh, this is a different thing. Bright fan. However, these variants glow with a cold fire. So these are 2 different life forms. Glowing fan. The fan has tucked itself into the side of a vast corroded plate, forming an oasis in the shadow of the wreck. I didn't read this. Eaten fronds. Fronds crowd this piece of debris, some eaten away by the local grazers. Broken limbs lie all around. We could sample one of the smaller pieces. And that's it for this area. So, I guess egg? Or maybe use this one for power instead. There's more. It's a bit of a waste. Yeah, this is a big waste, but what are you gonna do? Mucus bubble. Do we need the brine mat, I guess? Like, as long as we have one, I could just use this instead. in case we're going down to the bottom right, I want to have the eggs for that part. Bristly limb. A piece of a hairy branch broken off from a creature. Alright. Yeah, maybe I should just get out at this point. Like, I don't really have space for stuff anyway, I feel. Terminal here? Then we haven't been west, have we? Nope. God, okay, yeah, there's kind of too much here. Let's get out and cash this in. So bottom right and left, we have more stuff. Here's some dude. Yeah, this place is pretty massive. Something has happened. Come to medical now. Mina is growing. I haven't dared to go in. Can't make sense of the readouts. Her vitals are unreadable, but she is still alive. Whatever kept her alive on the slopes is changing her somehow. I've been sat here watching her. I don't know what to do. Do you think she's in pain? Probably not. I hope so. She doesn't seem to be suffering, but then I don't know what this is. There are procedures. Every base stack is equipped with quarantine systems. I can authorize the lab to be purged. End it now. Is that still Mina? I can't... What do you think? I don't know. Should I authorize the purge? No, I'm too curious about this, but I mean, this might come back to bite us, but for now, let's say... I wonder what happens if we say nothing, but let's say no. No, you're right. That's Mina. I didn't come all this way to just... We need to monitor her, to try and... to understand what is happening here. Thank you. I won't give up on her. I won't be afraid of what I don't understand. We can find the answers together. Okay, we can do this. I've hooked up that cutting torch from the debris field. I hope it helps. I need some answers. Let's find that other ROV. Oh man. Have I saved the backups? I have one backup from, like... Oh, from a long time ago. Oh boy. Yeah, it's from like 3 weeks ago. And this just saved, so yeah, damn. I wanted to like save this now, in case we want to try this later, but... After Mina Grow choice. Because it's probably after it then, if it just auto-saved, unfortunately. Should have done this earlier, but... Didn't realize. Didn't think there would be, like, branching choices in this game. Yeah, I'm not sure it's gonna be, like, enough to warrant, like, replaying the entire game, but I guess I wouldn't need to read much at that point. But it would still take a while, I feel. There's only 3 more logs, unless it keeps going. Is Mina still Mina? What has this place done to her? I've barely been able to leave the medical level, though I dare not enter the surgery. Did she do this by choice? For those few months on Kepler, it was clear that Mina was struggling with something. We never spoke about it, but behind her intensity lay a frenzied self-doubt. She never talked about her family. All I knew was that she was a rare spacer born out in the black on some orbital military base. Some days she wouldn't leave the berth, just curled up so small, staring silently out. Would she do this on purpose? Open up her suit and willingly slip into the deep? I suppose it doesn't matter now. All I can do is monitor her. At least I'm not alone. I'm here! I'm here! Hi! Hello! She doesn't even consider me a human. Just dump it all in. on page 2 now. I don't think some of these aren't gonna work. Yeah. Oh, whoops. No, that's correct. Lungcrest. Lungcrest is done. Brine Strider. Brine Eaters. So that's all we can do now. Wait. This? Really? Oh, Nesting Weavers. I just forgot that. Everything else is done. Yep. Oh god. I kind of don't feel like I have it in me to read all of this when there's like 3 or 4 life forms that we now have to check. Though I guess I haven't seen a sketch today, so I can't keep up my thumbnail like pattern if I don't check at least this, I guess. Should we check if there's like a cooler looking one? Just I need a thumbnail. That could work. Is that it? Lungcrest. Yeah, that's it. Maybe. Well, now I'm gonna like not know that I have these. This was a mistake. Yeah, which one looked interesting? What was it I just checked? This one, I guess? Brine Eaters? Yeah. Let's go for this one. Just to get a thumbnail. And then we'll read all of that next time, I suppose. Yeah, I'm really interested in this game. I really like where it's going. It's very interesting. It's just like I can't handle more than just a little bit at a time because it's just so dense and heavy to read through. Like so much text. But it is very interesting. I like the writing so far and the like prose or whatever you want to call it. Like it's not too annoying and, you know, eloquent in that sense. It gets it done without feeling like they're trying too hard to make it like incomprehensible. So yeah, very good so far. I wonder if we're gonna get answers to all this and where it's gonna go, like the story. So let's leave it off there for now, and then I'll take a quick break again, and we'll do like an hour of something. I haven't quite decided. What do I want to do? Like an hour of crosscode or an hour of like Machinarium or something? Maybe just crosscode, because like that's a game that you can do multiple times in one weekend. Like there's so much for us to do in that. So just like messing about a little bit, maybe doing some side quests. Man, I'm like, my mind is breaking. So let's do that. I'll see you next time, or well, like in this game. I'll see you in a couple minutes.